Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and another episode of Zimdog Tuning. It's Matt here. This time, another track guide for you around Mugello Club. It's one of the Tourer GTCC cars, or tracks rather, and you can see I'm in my GTCC Mercedes A-Class, the name on the back paint. So we've done really well. Gulag Bandits, I've teamed up with Mitch and TPR South, and that's all going pretty well at the minute. Taken a 1-2 in the last race. Tune in to the live streams on Tuesday evenings at 8 PM in UK time to catch this car in action around some of these tracks. So let's get in it. Mugello, really tough track. It's got so many curbs that throw you off, so many little nuance things to get your head around before you can really start to drive around this circuit to the best of your ability, really, especially in these front-wheel drive cars, because they're super difficult over the curves. They're stiffly sprung. You know, they've got a lot of these cars have got stiff anti-roll bars as well, so they react a lot on the curve. So let's take a look at a couple of laps, really. First one, the first corner, you don't want to be going on this inside curve here. On these touring cars, you want to be staying inside and just trying to maintain that speed, really. It's very different if you're in a high-powered rear-wheel drive car. Get on site inside of that curb and take a later apex of this right-hand wheel thing, so you get a better run going down this little mini back straight, I guess you could call it. Up into fourth gear, don't change into fifth, brake in a straight line, try and get on your inside tyre on that little bit of Astro, which I guess is just the other side of the curb, and the same in the extra. You can see that green strip before it turns right. You can brake on the curb on this right hand, a little bit of a slide, again aiming for that little strip of Astro, wide into the last corner, pick up a little bit of grass if you want to, make sure you're on the power smoothly, run out wide, make sure you don't go on the grass, and 58 seconds a minute, you know, easy. Simples, eh? Let's have a look at a few don'ts before we go through the lap a little bit more. Don't turn in too early for this one, because you're just going to bounce off that curb and you're going to end up running wide and getting penalty. Same corner again, if you turn in too early for this one, again you bounce off the curb and you really wreck your entrance into the right hand. You see I've tried to compensate with turning in too early, ended up getting penalty again. Don't try and carry too much speed around this first corner. You end up turning in a little, trying to compensate and turning in a little bit early to the left hander, the second corner, and again you can see it just compromises my whole exit through this first section. Again, coming into the first corner, this is the next lap. Go a little bit deep, try and cut back, but I'm keen on the power and run all the way out wide. I'm on that curb, and I don't have enough time to get back across the track and end up turning in a little bit too early, and we bounce off that curb again. It's all about getting on those curbs smoothly rather than trying to overcompensate. So it's about just keeping your line and apexing. I think if I had to give one big tip for this track, it would be to apex later than you think you should, and bear that in mind in almost every corner around this little mini 1 minute circuit. So breaking into the first corner just after that white marker on the left hand side, keeping it tight but making sure you're on the power a little bit early. I probably should feather the throttle a little bit more there. I was quite quick to full power. You can go all the way out wide to the right hand side of the circuit, and then make sure you get your inside tyre just on the inside of this curb, and it kind of hooks you round. It really does pull the car round to the left hand side, and that sets you up for the next right hander, because you're able to take that late. Look how wide I am coming into this corner. I'm already turning at this point. It enables you to take that wide entry, that late apex into the right hander onto what we're going to consider as the back straight. It's kind of an overtaking opportunity, but not really, only if you get a super duper run. Again, probably should have been a little bit more of a sort of tight angle on that one, cutting in a bit harder, getting my wheel over the curb more, but you get away with it. Braking in a straight line again, get your tyre on that. That's that green strip of really, it seems, very grippy tarmac or Astro just before it gets to the red tarmac on the concrete on the inside of that, really. It's crucial that you get on that, because it just hooks the car and pulls the car around. Sort of the middle of the road here, but I'm turning in later than you probably think I would to try and hit that apex, and again running out wide almost onto the red tarmac. Braking on the curb, you can see I'm not all the way on the curb, because if you go out really wide, you're in danger of going onto the grass there. Turn in, off the throttle, and full back on the throttle as soon as you can. Let the diff pull the car around. A lot of off-throttle time here, and then just dabbing the throttle slightly through that that right hand, the last corner of the right hand. We have another look at it now. I'm off the throttle here and on the brakes now. I'm off everything, and I'm just blipping the throttle just to keep the front of the car stable. Remember, these have got a high accel diff on the front, so they're going to straighten out when you're full power and you're at risk of torque steering. But I use it just to stabilise the car through that last corner. Crucial, obviously, to get a run down the home straight. Let's have a look at that lap. Again, then, thinking about some of those things I was talking about, the late apexes, the dabbing of the throttle, straightening the car up, using the throttle as well. So turning in later than you think and using that throttle to get a straighter, cleaner, faster exit than you would have if you were just going on the power later. You let the diff pull the car around. Turning in late for this one then, hooking the inside tyre on the just on the reds concrete there. Later apex this one you think could get a better run down the straight. You see we're pulling away from our Ghost, which is a pretty decent lap behind. You can brake on the curb if you're feeling risky, but I really don't like to, because if you get out of shape through this middle corner, you're absolutely stuffed going into the last section of the lap. Fast right-hander on the curb, off the throttle, a little bit of a brake. Use the throttle again to stabilise the car slightly through there. Go over the curb on the left-hand side to widen the entry into this one. Grab a bit of grass if you can on the right-hand side. It helps pull the car around and you don't lose too much time. And away we go across the line. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It's you know, just a quick view into how I like driving around these circuits. It's not the only way to go around these tracks. You know, it's not gospel. You don't have to copy everything, but I urge you to, you know, give it a try. Let me know how you get on in the comments. If you guys have been struggling around this track, then let me know if you've been able to improve. And you know, I really like hearing the success stories that you guys post in the comments. You know, it really fills me with a sense of purpose and to put more of these videos out and sharing more of the knowledge I've accumulated over this time. You know, if you did like this video, obviously give it a like and share it with some of your friends if you like. Also subscribe to the channel. We're over 500 now, which is fantastic. The next target is 750 in the next couple of months, so help me get there. Hit that sub button, and until next time, see you guys later.